Now, as we're looking at Donald Trump ultimately going on trial and possibly getting convicted, I've had a lot of people over the years say to me, I'm not going to be happy unless Donald Trump is handcuffed and sent to prison. Now, initially, I didn't think that was likely. I mean, he's a former president. He has Secret Service. What does that even look like? How is that even possible? But now, as time has gone by and we've seen more and more evidence, and we've seen just how egregious the crimes that Donald Trump committed against this country, the risk he put our security at, now I believe they have no choice but to put him in prison. They have to make him accountable in order to deter future presidents or future politicians from doing the same thing. We have been hanging in a very precarious position, and we can't afford to go through it again. So we have to put a stop to it, and that means putting Donald Trump in some kind of lockdown. Still, it's hard to imagine, how do you put a president in prison, especially when he has Secret Service? Do you put the Secret Service in jail with him too? Well, I've always struggled with that. And tonight I watched on Lawrence O'Donnell's show on MSNBC. He was interviewing Eric Holder, who was the Attorney General under Barack Obama. And Lawrence O'Donnell asked him that very question. Is it possible to send Donald Trump to jail or prison? And Eric Holder seemed to think it was possible. The thing about it is that Donald Trump probably wouldn't be sent to a high security prison. He'd probably be sent to one of these low security camp-like things. Nonetheless locked down, but not as intense as Rikers or some of these others. So what Eric Holder said was, he doesn't have his whole detail around him 24 hours a day. He has a couple of individual agents around him at any given time, and they work shifts. So he said it's conceivable he could be locked down in one of these camp-like prisons, have one or two Secret Service with him for 8 or 10 hours. They go home, and another set of Secret Service people could come in. And I guess that's possible. That is an option. I mean, the fact of the matter is the federal prison system will have to figure out a way to get this done. Unless, of course, we're talking about Georgia or New York, because then the state prison system has to figure it out. But here's what you need to understand. When he goes to trial, he gets convicted, and say he gets sentenced to jail. It's going to be 2 years from now at least before he gets sent to jail with all the appeals and stuff. So they got plenty of time to work this out.